Okay.
Hi guys, Doug here with 2 Plus Tough, and today we're answering a Q from you. I love these things. If you have a question, go ahead, click subscribe, and leave it in the comments down below. We'll get into it in our next round of videos. Today's video comes from, I believe it's Labonicus, I believe that's how it's pronounced, and here's the question. How do you rate Rotbringers and or Daemons of Nurgle? It doesn't particularly matter to me as I just love the models, but I'd be interested to hear your take on the competitiveness of the army. Love the videos. Thank you so much for that. I try to do the best videos I can. But moving on to your question, rating Rotbringers and Daemons of Nurgle. Now, you said and or, so you're kind of separate possibility of separating the two, so let's tackle them individually. Individually, they're both lacking in pretty significant ways. So Rotbringers, they have exactly one battle line unit, and that's if you go exclusively Rotbringers, and that is the big dudes. I can't remember their names. Blight Kings. I don't know how I could forget that. They're like the coolest model to do with the antlers is my favorite thing in the whole wide world. So you have the Blight Kings if you go faction only, and the rest of them are leaders. There's a lot of leaders, particularly character models. And traditionally with Games Workshop, you pay extra for characters, things like that, character level rules. Again, you're limiting yourself because you make one of them your general. You're not getting some of the special abilities and things like that because under competitive play, you don't give them unique things because they already have them. So keep that in mind. What they lack is infantry that can surge forward and take an objective. So you're a little bit hamstrung in terms of speed and just flexibility. Now, if you switch over to the Daemons of Nurgle, you have tons of flexibility. I mean, you have the Plague Fly. I mean, they're all kind of generally Nurgly, so slow, tough type things. So you are limited in speed, but because everything's summonable, you can just throw it right out there up to 18 inches away. The problem is nothing summons in Daemons of Nurgle. So separately, they have some huge caveats to them. Now, if you're being thematic, again, this is all with the premise of if you're being thematic, double down on whatever you want. And the Rotbringer army looks absolutely stunning. If you're going for, say you have a weekend event and you want to rank fairly well, maybe not take the whole thing, but the best thing you can do is combine them. Now I know you said and or, so I'm assuming you're okay with combining them. Here's the thing, they fill in each other's gaps. So with the Nurgle demons, they're lacking a lot of things that make them summonable, first of all, which is a really great thing about Chaos Demons. And there's some multi-wound lacking. So your big guys have lots of wounds, but your standard infantry guy is a single wound model, even though he's a little tougher, but it doesn't matter. Whereas your Rotbringers have all of the guys who can summon. A lot of those dudes are wizards, and they can summon multiple things a turn. Not the same thing, obviously, but multiple things. Like a unit of plague drones to surge to go forward and charge, and then maybe like Nurglings to hang back and cover an objective, for example. When you combine the two of them, you get actually a lot more options. And what I would say, I would really highly suggest you check out the Glotkin if you're going to combine them. The Glotkin giving +1 attack and his spell, which gives everyone in a unit +1 life for a turn, is super legit. It is like the bread and butter. My Glotkin over there, he popped off his base, but I love him. In every game I get to play, I borrowed someone's, even just most basic, I think I did the Plague Monks, because they have Nurgle keyword, and they get that bonus. It's insane. It's insane. +1 attack is such a great thing, and it's a Khornate bonus to a Nurgle army. You know what I mean? Like, because Khorn usually does +1 attack. But when you do it to a Nurgle army that is also resistant, you have that turn where you're putting out a lot of damage, and then every turn you're taking it in. So I hope that answers your question. As far as like actual competitiveness, you probably do like a, I don't know, grading system like B+, maybe. If you move your wizards forward, drop dudes on or near objectives, and are very tactful in how you choose your targets and things like that, you could do extremely well. You don't have some of the raw brokenness that some armies have when they do Grand Alliance stuff, but you'll do really well. I bet you will. Thank you so much for your question, and happy wargaming.